background on. Oh, smoking on stream. I had been concerned about smoking on stream. You told me that they really don't care. Yeah, I was going to say, as long as you're not making it like a big thing about it, Dread, I don't think it's going to be something that they'd be particularly worried about, mate. I suppose if your stream was nothing but talking about smoking or something, as if it was like almost promoting it or advertising it, I shouldn't imagine it's even on their radar, mate. Let's be honest, Dread, we all know streamers that get away with bloody murder. Quite literally, I think, in some cases. And so I've seen some crazy stuff and thought, how the hell are you getting away with that, mate? Come on. Backfill, backfill. Alright, we're not going to backfill there. Sodger. Ow. You've been making concrete without a mixer on the Xbox One. I think you can do it. I think you can do it in your inventory anyway, mate, to be honest. I don't know if there's any does anyone know if there's any benefits to using the concrete mixer? I mean, I've always just used the cement mixer, mate, because it just gets it out of my inventory and it's quite a slow thing to do anyway. So it's a little bit like having a workbench specifically for concrete. Oh, I've just seen... Who was that? Was that... Yeah, and I can mix it if you have it in your inventory. Yeah, there you go then. Oh, so there's some streamers that are actually sponsored by vape companies. No way, that's crazy, isn't it? That's madness. In Empyrean Galactic Survival, you can paint your blocks to look any way you please, and the block type is used for durability only. Yeah, it's something that I really liked about Space Engineers, Darth. I remember when I built the X-Wing, it was when I actually painted it up, sort of those iconic orange-esque stripes on it, that it just went from a really cool build to something that legitimately looked like an X-Wing. It was amazing what a difference having that little splash of colour made. I know Mad Mole has said that they would love to put that in. It's something that they've got no reason not to. It's just not on their radar in the sense that it's not part of the Kickstarter goals or on the must-to-do list. I can kind of understand why. It's another complication they can probably do without right now. I know there's a mod out there for SDX for coloured armours, so I should imagine coloured blocks would not be that impossible to mod in, but then again, who knows? It's certainly out of my skill set. Thanks, Static. I remember someone mentioning that actually, Dread, because I started using the workbench for a lot of things. I'm trying to think what that was actually affecting, mate. And someone did very kindly many weeks ago say, you know, you're not getting any skill for that. So that's a very good point there. Very good point. Yeah, I mean, I suppose the big bonus in the mixer is if you have got no sand or you're struggling to dig it up or don't want to spend time digging it up, the mixer, as we used to do all the time, will crush the stone into sand, which, yeah, I'd argue once you're out and about and you've got a mini bike, there's no reason not to grab an auger if you've got one and hit the desert and do it that way, which is why we started building out here in the first place. The cement mixer is a little bit faster, is it? It should be a lot faster, shouldn't it? Maybe that could make it a little bit more useful. I kind of like the look of the cement mixer. It's always got a part in my crafting areas. Am I going to play Space Engineers? To be honest, mate, we were very close to playing it before we went and played this. There was a couple of games I was interested in. I'm trying to think what the other one was. It was Space Engineers, 7 Days to Die. Can't think what the other one was. I think the problem with Space Engineers, mate, is it's very much more. It's very much the builder's game. I know they've added quite a lot to it, but I think what I like about 7 Days to Die is when I've had enough of bloody building, and I do love building. It's just sometimes I think we bite off a little bit more than we can chew on a stream. No shit, mate. It's nice to go out and do something different, and I kind of like I like the guns. I like the bow and arrow. I like the sort of zombie mechanics. It just feels like such a hollow game, Space Engineers, when you're outside of the building elements. And like I said, don't misinterpret that. I know that a lot has added since I played it, but I still think 7 Days to Die is pretty amazing, things considered. What was that, Mojo? Why would it start double-clicking everything when you're only single-clicking? I don't know, is it happening in anything else, Mojo? Or is it only in this game? I've never had anything like that myself, mate. You sure it's not something external? It wouldn't have anything to do with the mods, mate, because none of the mods affect, you know, input or anything. Input controls or input mapping. Yeah, it does, Photo, but like I said, I mean, I was actually constantly running out of stone because I was always putting so much of it into you've got to bear in mind, right, that concrete essentially is just stone. You know, you can get the sand from it, you can get the cement from it. It's just stone. So I started running out of stone a lot. So I thought if I set up a desert outpost and we set up this little like crafting area, I thought if I bring the auger out here, I can get like literally 10,000 stone in a matter of, you know, probably 15-20 minutes, and save myself all the, you know, it's a lot slower to get stone than it is to get sand if you've got an auger. So that was my thinking behind it. I didn't like shoving it in the cement mixer once I got to a certain point. It seemed to slow me down. I feel like the cement mixer should be quicker. It'd be nice if they could almost make it even more efficient as well. I mean, we could easily change that. I mean, you could easily mod it. You could actually set up a... Is it one? It's 1, 2. And what you could do, I mean, this would be amazing. What you could do is that rather than needing, say, 2 stone, if you put it in the cement mixer, you could change the recipe so that it actually only needed, like, say, 1 stone. So in other words, the cement mixer suddenly becomes extremely viable. You might make the game a little bit too easy doing that, though. But there's just an idea of something you could do if you wanted to make the cement mixer a little bit more important. Be interesting to see what the heat map increase on a cement mixer is versus crafting it in your inventory as well. I wonder if there's a diminished return on that. You'd think it'd be really high because it's got a motor in it. In which case you'd be asking yourself, well, why even bother? Oh, shit. Yeah, I totally agree. Gunpowder's ridiculous. I'd actually, it was only really today that I realised just how, sorry, not today. When did we do the exploding crossbow bolts? A couple of days back. Every time I went into my inventory, there was still gunpowder waiting to be crafted in there. Absolutely crazy. Super slow. The Adobe blocks are not quick either.
Hello?
That really held us up on the Temple of Ares build. Thank you, Carnivore. Thank you for the follow, mate. Yeah, a lot of people have suggested this Empyrean, mate. There's just something about that. It's really hard for me to sort of try and articulate exactly what it is. There's just something about that Empyrean game that, I don't know, it doesn't sit well with me, mate. It might be something just simple like that, the heads-up display, or like the way the camera pans. I don't know, there's just something about it, mate. It just... I should give it a go, you know, give it the benefit of the doubt. I know a lot of people have recommended it.
Hello?
See you later, Mojo. Take care, dude. Thank you for the follow, Harvey Lowe. Mojo's got fat fingers. You want to stop clicking it with your forehead, mate. You want to use your fingers on your mouse, Mojo. Thank you, Churchy. Yeah, well, we're trying to save the cacti, mate. I am actually trying to keep as many of them intact as I can. But yes, you're right. Rather than it looking like we've made an effort to sort of conserve the local flora, instead it's like we're sort of like imprisoning them in it. It's like, let me free. Let me walk free. This poor cactus used to enjoy roaming around the desert at night, and now he's been captured. It's part of Bear Balls Oasis plaza now. Empyrean is like a mix of 7 Days to Die and No Man's Sky. See, when people talk about it, it sounds fantastic. There was just something that really didn't sit well with me when I saw footage of it. I don't know. I don't know whether it's just a bit of a janky looking game, or... I don't know, mate. If there were more hours in the day, I would happily boot it up for a few hours and have a peek at it. Yeah, this game, I'll tell you what, I can't remember the last game that got its hooks into me quite like this. I mean, obviously Skyrim's up there. Well, I mean, I'm a massive, massive fan of Skyrim, but and like, I suppose World of Warcraft took over my life for a few years, but there's something, I don't know, something incredibly enjoyable about this game. It's a really nice game to stream as well, I have to say, because, you know, people get a bit of an input and there's a little bit of downtime, you know, so you can sort of keep up with chat and what have you. Or at least try to. I do try, honestly. I do read most things. So everyone's in chat going, you don't fucking read chat, mate. What are you on about? Remove the tiny cacti, or you can keep it as a pebble to stumble over and hurt your manky toe grub. Yeah, it's my pet cactus, that is, mate. That's my favourite cactus. Gotta have a favourite cacti, ain't you?
Hello?
Oh yeah, we are. By the way, we are planning on paving the entire desert biome. By the way, don't think it stops here. That's it. There was like an echo, a cry in the force or something there. It's as if 100 viewers suddenly turned off. That's it, I'm fucking out. You what, mate? The old fucking desert, bro? Are you having a laugh? Fucking hell, God, why don't you do this for 6 hours straight, mate? Oh, fucking hell. Can't handle another fucking 60. We'll take it up to here. That's as far as I'm going today. God damn it. What's your build? What are you going for at the minute, Dread? You got anything like funky going on? Flagstone in a desert biome or anything, you know? I'd like to know where the English sayings come from. What sort of English sayings, Money Shot? It's just a mini test project, isn't it, Slade? Just to see how long it takes, mate. We're just trying to ascertain crafting material and resource commitments. But I think we should drag Tony over here, to be honest, after his shenanigans on the server. What's that? Snoopy's uncle. I don't know what you meant though, I just suddenly clicked. Oh, Jesus. Did the zombie hordes get bigger as the game goes on? Yeah, day 49, mate. So basically you get tiers. So week 1 to day 7, if you like. That evening you'll get a tier 1 horde. And then, so like day 14 you'll get a tier 2. All the way up to tier 49. Oh, sorry. Day 49, tier 7. Which is basically where the game pretty much chucks everything it can at you in terms of entity limits and what have you. And zombie types. And then what will happen on day 56 is you'll get the equivalent of a day 7 tier 1 horde. And a lot of people think that that's inaccurate, or that it shouldn't work like that and it should just keep getting harder and harder. But to be honest, for a newcomer to the game to get to day 49 and survive, they'll probably have taken quite a pounding, mate, to be fair. So I think that the thinking behind it is it's cyclic in the sense it gets you a chance to get back on your feet. And maybe, continue to improve things. I mean, I've played with the infinite horde bug, and I just could not even get a foothold on the game. It was just ridiculous. I was having to live very much as a scavenger. We kept going back to the same huge building every night, and it was starting to get wrecked, mate. I couldn't actually physically build anything because the horde would just constantly descend upon me and destroy it before it even dried if it was like concrete. Oh, you're going for... Yeah, I mean, it's weird, actually, because I actually came over here. Partly, we started off... first time we came here was to get oil shale. And I don't seem to actually have any. I think I took it back to Caliper City. I'm pretty sure I did. But we've been mining a lot recently, and we hardly ever seem to get any shale. I know there's a lot at the bottom of the main mine shaft, but I'm really, really reluctant to keep digging in that area because I think I'm tempting imminent collapse, to be quite honest. You have visions of Tony and Mighty Mojo arriving at the desert to be greeted. It'll be like a 300 block high wall. Get the fuck out. Oh dear. Tier 7's approximately 260 Zs plus whatever difficulty over the default setting. Is that accurate? Is that actually like a hard coded statistic? Is it? Yeah. It is Rawsome. It is. It's one of those things that might seem obvious to us sitting here, but it's amazing how many people sort of say, "Oh, well, that's shit then." But shit, if you don't get any harder, what's the point? Yeah, they've obviously not sat through a tier 7 horde. The only thing I'm worried about with doing this drop down here, I mean, should we really take it? I don't know, I'm not sure, guys. What do you think? For the sake of just simply knocking out one little row, should we keep it straight all the way back? It'll make life a lot easier for the chain link fence. It really would. Have we actually done all... At the moment, if a horde was to come in, this is our weakest point, because they're essentially going to butt up against this and start just literally fucking wrecking shit. So I've got to get this all patched out, haven't I? Don't want to be going any lower. Let's go and get some more cobblestone. Yeah, literally Rawsome, yeah. The tier 7 horde will literally exhaust you physically from stress. I do like the tier 7 hordes. It's been really interesting. I've got some family and a couple of friends that are playing this on PlayStation 4. And they have become absolutely obsessed with it. The questions they're asking, it's gone from like, you know, like this kind of game they played thinking, yeah, whatever, look how easy this is. Oh, it's a bit strange. It doesn't look great. I don't really know what we're doing. To obsessing about sort of defensive tactics and asking questions about what's the best sort of blocks and, you know, the obvious question is like, can zombies fall to their death? They've become absolutely hooked on it. It's really cool. I don't think there's any other option but more cobblestone. So, how do we make that? That's stone and clay, right? Take a couple of thousand. Well, I'll tell you what. Sod it. Let's take 4,000. We've got a little bit, haven't we? On to something else in quickly. Let's make an absolute metric pizza. I mean, we are getting there. I mean, I think we've got less to do. Well, at the start of the day. You fucking want to hope so, wouldn't you? Oh my god. No, I think we've got well over the halfway mark, haven't we? Well over the halfway mark. Should we go and have a quick look? Start to see if we can sort of gauge... I don't think there's a way for me to get onto the roof of the temple, is there? Should we go and have a little... Go and give it a little smack? Give a window a crack and have a peek out onto the roof? Because that's definitely the highest point, isn't it? What's that? Nitrate and coal or shale, take your pick, different biomes. That's right, yeah. Yeah, they essentially switch out, don't they? Let's go through... You watch the whole thing collapse. End of stream. No! Oh. Oh, no, that's not in the right place, mate. I just hurt my head there. That right? Have you bleeding eye out, mate? Oh my fucking god. Oh, wow. Holy shit. I think it's nearly as big as Caliper City. And everyone keeps saying this is the little base. Oh, fucking hell. Can zombies fall to their deaths? Not anymore, no. Yeah, I mean, it's actually slightly worrying because the Sphinx is going to be built. I was thinking sort of over here. I did actually want the paws kind of, if you like, over there, but I think I'm going to have to bring it in. So I might have like the first... See, the problem is you want to be able to look at it from a distance, don't you? So we're going to have it behind the pyramid. So what I might do is go the same distance from that to the pyramid. So maybe the front paw about here. So the Sphinx is going to be at least from here to probably the back of the trees. I'm sure it's something like 100 plus blocks. Might even be further.
Hello?
I mean, the Sphinx is huge. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's like, just crazy. Oh, hang on one sec.
Hello?
Just been having a chat. a certain someone has apparently just been having an infinite horde, but they've just found out that actually there were two screamers stuck in a basically like a rocky outcropping just behind the base. They just spent the last 2 hours fighting what they thought was an infinite horde. Newbies. I think everyone I know has started playing this game because of me now. I must be getting cursed. Yeah, the Sphinx is going to be awesome. The Sphinx is going to be like mega epic. Also a hell of a lot of planning needs to go into it. Because we're basically the only way we're going to be able to do it is like to build it layer by layer. A bit like one of those laser printer works. Is it laser printers? You know what I mean. I think it's the only way we're going to do it. So literally one block out on any level will completely fuck us. It's the only way I can guarantee it being structurally sound at such a massive scale. It's going to be a really big project. I'm really looking forward to it, but that's why I want everything else done. 3D print, that's it. Sorry, laser printer, you know what I mean. Fucking hell, that's what happens when you don't have any sleep in it. Yeah, you got it, a 3D printer. Cheers, mate. Fucking laser printer. I'd love one of those 3D printers. They're absolutely amazing, aren't they? And there are actually like home use ones, aren't there, that you can buy? I know there's a company in America that sort of, was it like a crowd-funded kind of project? They've actually managed to come up with one that's, you know, at a reasonable price for home use. Absolutely fascinating how that stuff works. Don't they use it on the, like, space shuttles and things? To, like, make stuff that, you know, so it's cheaper to do it that way than it is to, fly it up. We can just make a little gap here. I suppose what we could do actually is we can make a load of repair kits tomorrow and we can just blast through this last section. Shut this over. Get ready for the biggest tear ever. Whoa. What the fuck, bro? Oh, they're quite readily available then. Yeah? Oh, I thought it was something like you'd have to pre-order and then they'd make it kind of thing, rather than it being like sort of made on a mass production. That's interesting. The reason I'm interested is because I don't know to what level of accuracy, is it? I mean, is it even in the home use ones, like almost at a molecular level? I just don't know. I used to do a lot of what's it called? I did a lot of miniature painting for a company called Games Workshop. I don't know if you kind of all know about Games Workshop. I was a big sort of pen and paper RPGer, dungeon master back in the day. And I did a lot of work for Games Workshop and a magazine called White Dwarf. And I always wondered if it, maybe could be used to sort of create simplistic but very small things, like maybe weapons or skulls or something like that to add to your miniatures. Because that was something we could never really do. I mean, yes, okay, you could play about with lead to a certain point. And there was all sorts of putty and resins that you could mould and shape. And even plasticine to a point, if you could sort of harden it up, put some lacquers and things on it. But I always thought a 3D printer might be something that, would enable you to do some pretty crazy stuff for miniature models. Get that real level of detail. €495 is the cheapest one. So that's not expensive, is it? Not for something like that, not that sort of tech. How expensive are they to run, though? I mean, presumably they need some sort of special... I don't know, is it some sort of like molecular resin or something? I don't know, mate. I have no idea how it all works. I know they look fascinating. Is the stuff that it makes like really super durable? I mean, like say for example, if you were to make a wrench, does it matter? I mean, does each 3D printer like use a different material, or do they all essentially use the same material and it's like as hard as concrete or something? I mean, if I was to make like a pair of pliers with it, could I actually use them as a pair of pliers? Do you know what I mean? Oh, hang on. It's the phone again. Hang on. Someone else needs some help. Right, I'm actually back. Sorry about that. The screamer problem has been resolved. There are actually 3 of them. I love it. It is. It's like someone just jokes about it being like the 7 days that I Grum helpline. It's starting to feel like that, mate. Oh, that's fucking amazing. So what are you saying? Warhammer. Yeah, I used to play Warhammer. I was more at Dungeons & Dragons, but then obviously the reason I actually stopped getting involved with Games Workshop was because I was very much into, how can I put it, kind of like the more Tolkien-esque fantasy and the original Warhammer, Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, RuneQuest, I suppose. Was it RuneQuest? What was it called? Yeah, it was RuneQuest, wasn't it? Not RuneScape. That's the computer game. That kind of stuff, like I said, the more Tolkien-esque Eddings kind of fantasy settings. And then Games Workshop suddenly became very, very interested in, how can I put it, Space Marines and things like that. And as much as I didn't mind it, and I actually loved the Space Marine universe and everything, I didn't enjoy doing, if you like, modern artwork. I didn't enjoy painting guns and things. I much preferred the orcs, the trolls, the elves, and yes, I know that sort of exists in Space Marines, but I didn't like I didn't want to paint a space bolter or whatever they were bloody called. I wanted to get back to my swords and my sort of wizard staffs and things like that. So I kind of stopped doing any. Well, it wasn't work. I mean, don't get me wrong. It wasn't like super highly paid. It was like a little hobby thing that I had going on. Yeah, Games Workshop really changed over the years. Not necessarily for the better, in my opinion, but each to their own. So they're actually printing human organs. What the fuck? It's possible to have sintered metals, but it wouldn't be your normal printer. God damn it, mate. It's mad, isn't it? Crazy stuff. The world's gone mad. So I suppose, if you think about it, is it the precursor to the Star Trek food vending machines, where you just walk up to it and ask for a donut and it just makes you a donut? God damn it, how cool would that shit be, man? That would be amazing, wouldn't it? Donut! And it just appears magically. Wow. Burnt Marmite on toast and it's just there, ready for you. In an unstaffed robotic McDonald's, no doubt. There was a Room Quest. Yeah. I played loads. I played so many pen and paper role-playing games. We always went back to AD&D though, every single time. It was always nice to try something new, and sometimes it gave us some ideas. You know, we used to, you know, we played second edition rule set most of the time, and as the new editions came and sort of disappeared or got updated, well, we tended to run a fairly unique sort of system, and we all knew the rules, and we were all happy with them, and we all had an input on them. I suppose it was quite customised to some degree. A lot of fun, that, mate. A lot of fun, the old pen and paper. Bye-bye, cactus. Yeah, absolutely, Slade. Yeah, very much so. I mean, they used to cover all sorts. I had a really big games workshop in New Street in Birmingham. Used to spend like hours in there, mate. Used to know all the staff and everything. Didn't work there, but good times, mate. Good times. Did you know there is a pizza vending machine? What the fuck? Really? Doesn't surprise me in the slightest, actually, mate. Not after today. Not after my trip to McDonald's, was it last week? Doesn't surprise me at all, man. As long as it can make a good curry and a nice rice and a naan bread and a few poppadoms, that's all I care about. I'm all for the future if it brings me that. I'll forget to turn this game sound back up tomorrow, won't I? I think this is as far as we're going. I've actually gone one block out, haven't I? Because yeah, probably come back and do a little bit of hand crafting over here. But essentially, this is actually the last block, so we have gone a little bit overboard. So it'll give us enough room to be able to have the cobblestone, the drop here. I mean, whether or not we do a pit, what do you reckon? Do a pit like we did at Aries? Doesn't take long to knock them up if we start doing the concrete production now. Probably take about 2 hours to knock something like that up, even if it ran the full length of the. And then we can maybe put like rotating ramps in to get in and out of the compound. Ooh. Possibilities are endless. See, what we'll do if a horde hits, while we're still working on this, so say if we know there's a horde, say for example tomorrow evening, what I'll do is I'll quickly put rebar ramps in all along here. But we might have enough to finish it, actually. 54. Not too bad. Well, this is it, yeah. And I mean, in theory, everything's made out of, like, I suppose, atoms at the end of the day, innit? And the atoms make up the molecules, and the molecules, you know, all combine to make a particular product or what have you. And a donut made out of, well, not thin air, but it could happen, couldn't it? We've got all virtual reality coming. The holodeck's getting closer. Make it all sound so simple. They need to sort this shit out by next Friday. I want a holodeck and instantly obtainable donuts. What scope of terraformation are you going for? This is amazing. To be honest, we're very close to sort of having it done. To be honest, money shot. The biggest sort of area left to do is either side of the farm, which is actually probably the most important area because that's where the Sphinx is going to sit. So we've kind of got to go from that corner there all the way over to that bloody Grumbodian server plot marker. I assure you we are not doing this fucking tomorrow though, mate. I might, like, say, for example, finish off that little corner or something and then do some work on the... no, I keep thinking the cherry trees, the apple trees. Get something kind of funky going on there. But I want to get these lighting systems in tomorrow. These were really, really good. They literally light the whole place up perfectly for a horde. I tend not to eat like my Thai sort of coloured curries money shot. I like my Indian sort of madrasses or jalfrezes, biryanis, bultis, all that kind of stuff, mate. You're just waiting for a robot that can tend your garden, clean your house, and wash the dishes. I'd happily fucking buy one that'd do the garden for me at the minute, mate. My garden's getting out of control. Because I've been so fucking poorly, I've not really been out there, mate. I'm getting well behind. If you think about textiles and pads, they are commonplace now and look like... Yeah, absolutely, Slade. I mean, technology's getting crazy. It's racing away with us, isn't it? Who knows what's around the corner? Guys! It has been a ridiculously awesome day. Thank you all so much. I have not quite been on top form, unfortunately. I am extremely, extremely tired. We were up all night last night trying to get this bloody server fixed. And lo and behold, we got it up and running, I think literally like about an hour before we were due to start streaming. So, peace of mind, all has gone well. We've not had a single glitch today. We've had a couple of tears, but that's to be expected considering the amount of bloody terraforming we've done. It's unusual not to have a whole server crash doing something like that from a previous experience. I can't say thank you enough to all of you that have donated today. It's just been absolutely freaking just insane. I've got like Ryan, Keaton, Sky, Schmeggy, Fortune, Keaton again, Photech, Doc, Bomber, Photech, Doc again, Raz, Keaton again, Skunk, Meerkat. I mean, amazing donation from Meerkat. I mean, some of it's just been insane. I seem to have missed Raz on there. I know Raz threw over a load of cash as well. Just thank you all so much. It's never expected. Honestly, it's really not. But it's been incredible today. I can't thank you all enough. Obviously, thank you to... I'm sure Simps is lurking, but especially to Fortune, who's been moderating throughout today and keeping the chat safe for us all. You did got at least one ban in that I saw, but possibly a couple of three maybe. Thank you to Sky as well. I really appreciate all the artwork on the channel, Sky. I really mean that. And of course, I know you're working possibly on some Unity projects to see if we can get them added to the game. I really hope that happens. I'd be very, very privileged and honoured to have something like your Skybow in the game, Sky. If it happens, brilliant. If not, please don't worry. I mean, it's just I'm really appreciative you're even looking into it, to be honest. Thank you to Twitch for letting us get away with all this. Better slip that one in there. And please come and join us on our Discord channel. Clear my throat, I got a cough coming on. Yeah, please come and join us on our Discord channel. ! Discord, you'll get a little link to pop over and say hello. It's a good place to meet up. I really enjoy it on Discord. It's really hard for me when chat's flying by. Sometimes I get to know people really well on Discord and have a bit of a natter off the stream. Now, we will be back tomorrow. We'll probably be on around 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Probably stream through to about a similar time as this in the afternoon. I'm going to try and get an evening stream on at some point this week. Just not sure what day. Certainly feeling a damn sight better. I'm sure after a good night's sleep we'll be rocking and rolling. Thank you all so much for watching. Have an absolutely fantastic evening, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. You take care.